Okay guys, and welcome back to another video with me, Eagle Eye. I thought I'd do a review on the Assassin's Creed Unity Arno's Phantom Blade. So, yeah, I wanted to review this ever since I first saw it, really, because the design looks very interesting, and I was not disappointed. So, here's the box. Hopefully it's the right way up. This, and I'm going to be kind of pissed. But yeah, and it seems that you get a unlockable feature if you've got Assassin's Creed Unity. So you can get a pistol in the game. If it's any good, I don't know. I haven't tried it out yet. But yeah, so yeah, normal artwork, and I guess we'll just open it up and see what's inside. Right, so here we are. Now, as always, it comes in two pieces. On the end, there we are. And finally, this little piece. Let's put that to one side. Right. So, little instruction booklets on how to use it and everything. And here's the actual Phantom Blade itself. So, yeah, it's not a bad looking blade, if I say so myself. It's quite small, it's quite compact. The only thing I would have hoped for is maybe these limbs would have tucked in a bit more, since they look like they were supposed to be like that. Or maybe a bit of protection for some of the other things, because it feels like these might break quite easily. So yeah, pretty much buttons situated here, here, and here. This one's for the usual blade, and I think they've changed the spring in this one. It feels more like they've used some sort of like rolling spin sort of spring up here, because I found when I first got this, it only came out halfway, so like here, and I had to play around with it a bit to loosen the mechanism up. But maybe that was just me. But yeah, of course, this being the Phantom Blade's main feature is the crossbow. So press this button and the limbs come out, and it seems this will not stay down unless you put the little bolt in. So you have to feed it in this way and then finish it out like that. Now, as I don't know if I just mentioned this, but it doesn't seem to have any locking pin this time. There's nothing to lock it. So if you do close it up, of course this string sort of gets in the way, but anyway, there's nothing really stopping you from activating this or even activating the actual release mechanism itself. Now, of course, you're supposed to open the limbs before you fire it. So, here we are, there you go. But I have found, if you actually put this in, close the limbs, you can actually fire this without opening the bow at all, which is a bit stupid. Also, on the crossbow, I will mention, open the limbs before putting this in, because if you don't, sometimes you can get the strings stuck and then the limbs won't open like properly. They'll might be stuck halfway, or this will not travel the whole distance because it's all tangled up. So yeah, there you go. There's the working mechanics of the blade and the little phantom dart. So now I guess it's only left to put the thing on. So I'll get back to you when I've done that. Now, I guess actually it would be better for me to actually show you this. I know I said we'd have it on, but never mind. So yeah, putting this on is a bit interesting really, because you first put the first buckle or tie here, tie it to your wrist, and then put on the little leather bracer, trying not to get the Velcro stuck in the process. So, one of my friends, Dom Sobady, you might have seen him in my videos, and he's got a bigger fan base than me at the moment, actually did say this was one of the more complex blades he had tried to put on, and I do agree with him, but they are steadily getting more and more complex to put on. The first one, Ezio's blade, was very easy to put on. You just put on the hidden blade, strapped it to your wrist, and pretty much just put the bracer on top. Then Assassin's Creed 4 hidden blade, you sort of had to put them on slightly together, because one of the little the plastic ring which was on the leather bracer would go underneath the blade to prop it up a little bit so it wouldn't stab you in the fingers, I guess. So there. Also, I find this hidden blade, it sort of, the bracer doesn't quite fit my wrist properly, and even though you can tighten it up a little bit with these, you're still kind of restricted, so you have to make sure it's tightened with this one. And because this is actually a bit tricky to try and get on, this one tie, it doesn't quite fit. Hang on. Right, well, here we are. That's how it looks when it's on your wrist. And I say it is actually a little loose, even though I've tightened this to quite an extreme. So yeah, pretty much you can wear the bracer from, well, the bracer goes where it is actually, and it's actually quite low down your wrist, unless you mount this up all the way to your actual bending part of your wrist. I don't know what that's called in science terms, but yeah. So for the full look, you've got to open this up, insert the bolt, click that in, and put the limbs back down. So here you are. And what I said before about this being quite loose, it's quite bulky actually. This is, I should have brought the other blades down to show you, but this is actually quite a bulky-ish sort of blade, really, because these limbs just stick out a little bit, and this mechanical bit here is actually pushes outward more than any of the other blades, and this including Ezio's blade, which stopped around about here, and if you wore a sleeve it was very obvious that you actually had something underneath your arm. This, as far as I can tell, I can't actually get this under a sleeve for obvious reasons, because the bow wouldn't work. But yeah, it's still a very good looking piece in my opinion, and if you can get one, I definitely recommend it. Just be careful with what you're doing about it, and so far the bolt actually does travel quite far, even though the bow has nothing to do with this. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you again in my next video. Bye.